Welcome to CEC Gurukul Lectures. In the series of outcome based education, today we are discussing the revised Bloom's taxonomy. Under the revised Bloom's taxonomy, the first level which we have discussed is remembering. Remembering is all about to recall, to restate and remember the learnt information in the class. So the question which we can ask to the student is, can you recall the information? So there are defined roles of the teachers and the students, which is limited to a passive recipient as a student and just telling of the lecture to the students. Then second level which we have discussed is remembering. Remembering is all about engaging in activities of the product, which is definitely the lowest level of the revised Bloom's taxonomy. Here we are just trying to ask the learner to recall, to restate and to remember the information. And there were few questions which were given to him in the class as far as the first level of understanding is concerned, that is the remembering part. That do you remember this? Can you recall this? Who was involved? What was there? What, when, where, how, which and all these questions, they come under the first level of revised Bloom's taxonomy. So the questions starting with what, where, when and how, whose answers could be retrieved, recognized, recalled from the text or the lines of the text read fall under the remembering. Now we also discussed the level 2, that is the understanding under the revised Bloom's taxonomy. When you move on with the second level of understanding, here is when the student is able to interpret, he is able to define the concepts and the ideas and the logic behind it. We say that the level of understanding, which is the second level of revised Bloom's taxonomy, is definitely there. The learner grasps the meaning of information by interpreting and translating what has been learnt. He is able to interpret, exemplify, summarize, infer, paraphrase, classify, compare and explain. We call it as the level of understanding. And definitely there are some classroom roles for the understanding for a teacher as well as for a student. So let me start with the teacher. If the teacher demonstrates, listens, the questions, compares, contrasts and examines, this is under the understanding concept role of a teacher. Now let us move on to what the student role of understanding is all about. If he is able to explain, describe, outline, restates, translates, demonstrates, interpret, and from the passive listener, which was the first level of understanding, under the remembering, he becomes an active participant under the second level of revised Bloom's taxonomy, that is the understanding. Now what all come under the understanding? We have a long list of this. If he is able to restate, identify, discuss, retell, research, annotate, translate, give examples of the paraphrase, reorganize, associate, describe, report, recognize, review, outline, account for interpretation, give the main idea, estimate and define. So we have these kind of categories under the word understanding. Now what are the products which are included in this and how do we test a student if we have to test the understanding part of it? We ask the student to summarize, to interpret, to explain, to show and tell, and we can take some kind of a quiz. We can ask them to label, to outline, to have a good example relating to the understanding. So basically understanding of a given information is very, very important to move on from the first level, that is the lowest level of remembering, and moving on to the second level, that is of understanding. Now what are the basic engagement activities and the products when the understanding part is concerned? Now basically, if the student is able to write in his own words, if he is able to cut out and draw the pictures to illustrate a particular event in the story, he is able to report to the class, he is able to illustrate to whatever question has been put to him, he is able to make a cartoon strip showing the sequence of the events in the story. if he is able to write a cartoon strip showing a sequence of the events, if he is able to write and perform a play based on a story, then of course he can be asked to color a book, he can ask to paraphrase a particular chapter in the book, he is able to retell in his own words what was taught in the class, he is able to outline and highlight the main points. So if he is able to make out the good pointers of the lecture which was done in the class, that means his level of understanding is good. And these were the activities and the products which are used to test the understanding of the student. Now basically when you talk about the understanding in the original Bloom's taxonomy, this was called as comprehension, whereas under the revised Bloom's taxonomy we call it as understanding. And when you call the understanding part from comprehension to understanding, there are three aspects included in it. If the student is able to translate, he is able to interpret, he is able to extrapolate, that means his level of understanding is definitely there. The learner grasps the meaning of information by interpreting and explorating what has been learnt. What could be the simple questions for the understanding? If he is able to state in his own words, what were the facts and opinions? What does this mean? Is this the same? Give an example and select the best definition. So this is how we test the level of understanding of the students. That is, we are asking him to give some good explanation, to put the words in his own words, to have some main highlights of the lecture. If he is able to write the main pointers, we test the level of understanding using these questions. So the questions with what, where, why and how could be taken between the lines of the text through organizing, comparing, translating, organizing, comparing, interpreting, extrapolating, classifying, summarizing, stating the main ideas which fall under the understanding part. So now it is very clear that when you are asking a question to only a recall or a reproducing aspects, we refer to the remembering part. If you are asking him to interpret, to translate the main ideas, have the pointers of the lecture, we are referring to the understanding. We have also discussed the student and the teacher role in the respective two levels of the revised Bloom's taxonomy, which started from remembering and moving on to the second aspect which we have discussed right now, that is the understanding part. Now if he is able to condense the paragraph, that is, condensing means what? He is able to have a only the concrete and the substance of what was done in the class in the paragraph in the class. That means his level of understanding is definitely there. What would happen? What part doesn't fit? How how would compare and contrast? What is the main idea? How would you summarize? So this was the second level of revised Bloom's taxonomy. The first level which we discussed was remembering, and the second aspect which we discussed was understanding. That is, the level of understanding is definitely there when you call it as a revised Bloom's taxonomy, which was earlier called as comprehension. So you can just see that how the names are changing and how the concept is being broadened and how deeply we are implementing the policy of the revised Bloom's taxonomy as far as the outcome based education is concerned. Now let us move on to the level 3. You have remembered to what was done in the class. You are able to apply the logic also. That is, you are able to interpret why it was done in the class. You are able to have a deep understanding because you have identified, you are able to summarize, you are able to have the good comprehension of what was done in the class. Now what is next? The next level is to apply whatever you have learnt and remembered at first and second level to the real time situations. So the learner makes a very useful information in a context different from one it was learnt. So basically when you talk about a classroom learning, it is different, and when you talk about the application of that classroom learning in the practical paradigms, it is different. So the learner makes a use of the information in a context different from one in which it was learnt. That is the implementing, carrying out, using, executing. So can you use the information in another familiar situation? That is, if you have a good understanding of the topic, you have a real remembering good power, and you are able to comprehend the things, you are able to understand the things, can you apply this now? So if the student is able to apply the information what he has remembered and understood, then definitely the context will definitely be different. So that means he is now on the third level of understanding and the thinking levels, that is the applying. So the applying aspect covers the following, that is, if he is able to translate, manipulate, exhibit, illustrate, calculate, interpret, make, practice, apply, operate, interview, paint, change, compute, sequence, show, solve, collect, demonstrate, dramatize, construct, use, adapt and draw. So this third level of Bloom's taxonomy, which is revised, is all about applying to what you remembered, to what you understood in a situation which is different from what context you have learnt. So the stress in the application part of the level of thinking, we can say, using the strategies, concepts and the principles and the theories in the new situations. See, what you learn and what you apply, the context is different. So if you are successful in the application of the strategies in a very different context, so we say that you are able to apply the knowledge also. So this is the main aspect, that is the third level of thinking under the revised Bloom's taxonomy. That means from a lower order thinking level, a student is moving on to the higher thinking order levels. So what are the, how do we test the application part? We have to ask a student to make a presentation, to perform, in terms of the interview also, or we can ask the student to illustrate, to simulate in a different situation, demonstration of what he has learnt in a real time situation. So if he is able to do that, that means he has also crossed the third level of thinking, that is the applying part. The first level was remembering, the second level was understanding, and the third level was applying. So definitely when you talk about the applying part, there are two roles which are played, one role by the teacher and another role by the student. So when you talk about the first revised Bloom's taxonomy knowledge, which was called as a knowledge, or say in the previous original it was called knowledge, whereas in the revised Bloom's taxonomy we call it as remembering. So if he is able to remember, so that time the role of the student was very limited to a passive listener. Then he moved on to understanding. The role was changed from a passive listener to an active recipient. So here also when you talk about the applying part, the role of a student is active participation, giving illustrations, compiling the information, doing calculations, demonstrating the knowledge of what he has learned, and he is able to have the problem solving skills. So you have to comprehend this aspect, that now we are moving from the lowest level to the highest level of thinking. So from remembering to understanding to application. So if he is able to have these skills with him, we call it as a classroom role for the application of the student is fulfilled. What a teacher has to do in this case? She has to show, facilitate, observe, evaluate, organize and questions the student in this relevance, that is the student is able to apply to what was learnt in the class in the real time scenario. So what are the activities and the products as far as the application part is concerned? Construct a model to demonstrate how it looks and how it works. If we ask a student, that means we are asking for the application part of his remembering, understanding. If he is able to apply, it's a good one. So what is the particular activity for understanding, checking the application part of the revised Bloom's taxonomy is we can ask a student to demonstrate that how it worked, how it looked. And the second is practice a play and perform it for the class. We have to make a diorama or a diagram to illustrate an event. We have to write a diary entry. We can have a scrapbook of the area wise study We can ask a student to make a topographic map. We can ask a student to make a clay model. We can ask a student to write and continue with a story. So, or these are the particular activities, or we can ask a student to prepare the invitations for the character's birthday party. We can ask a student to make a dress or say a national costume. We can ask a student to make some good material out of the waste material. So, these are the activities which will help the student to increase the level of understanding and the thinking from remembering to application to understanding. So, there are 3 levels which we have discussed till now of the revised Bloom's taxonomy. So, knowing when to apply, why to apply, recognizing the patterns of the transfer to the situation that are new, unfamiliar, or have a new slant for the students. So, the learning makes the use of the acquired knowledge, facts, techniques and the rules in a very, very different way. The context under which we learn and the context under which we apply is all different. So, there are some sample questions which I am giving you on the screen. How would you organize to show this? How would you show your understanding? What facts would you select to show what? What elements would you change? What other ways would you plan? What questions would you ask in an interview? How would you apply what you have learnt? How would you solve using what you have learnt? So, we have discussed till now the 3 levels: remembering, understanding and applying. Now, moving on to the 4th level of high order thinking level, because under the revised Bloom's taxonomy, we are broadening the level of the thinking amongst the students, amongst the faculty. So, this level 4 is analyzing. The learner breaks the learned information into small parts to the best understand that information. That is, if he is able to compare, organize, deconstructing, attributing, outlining, finding, structuring, integrating, can you please break the information in the small parts to explore understanding and relationships? If you are able to do that, that means you have got a good analyzing skills. What are the part of the analyzing? If a student is able to distinguish, question, appraise, experiment, inspect, examine, probe, separate, inquire, arrange, investigate, research, calculate, criticize, compare, contrast, survey, detect, group, sequence, debate, analyze, diagram, relate, dissect, categorize and discriminate. So, the breaking information down into its component elements. So, if a student is able to do that, if a student is able to break down the information down into very, very small components, which are the important elements, that means his analysis power, his problem solving skills are superb. So, you can test a student, ask him to make a graph, a spreadsheet, maybe a chart, or you can ask him to outline, to debate, to have an abstract, to report, to a good survey. So, definitely at every level of thinking, we have a different defined roles of the students as well as of the teachers. We have discussed here the student role. In the first, it was just remembering, the passive recipient. Passive recipient is one who does not respond, just receives the information if he is able to remember. Then in the 2, that is the understanding part and the application part, the role of the student increased from passive recipient to the active participant in analyzing also. The role of the student is very, very active, that he should be inquiring, investigating and questioning the teacher, thinking deeply. He is able to debate, he is able to argue, he is able to do so much of things which he has never done before. So, what is the teacher's role in this case? The teacher's role in this case is to probe, to guide, to observe, to evaluate, to question, to organize and to dissect. So, these were the role of the class teachers as well as of the student. Now, what are the activities and the products relating to analyzing? You can use a Venn diagram to show how the two topics are same and different. So, this is analysis. You're having a bird's eye view, a comparative eye view, and if you're able to design a questionnaire to gather the information, that means you have the analysis power. If you're able to have a survey questions asked to the students of a particular topic and analyze the result, this can also be an activity of analyzing. You can make a flow chart to show the critical stages. You can classify the actions of the the characters in the book. You can create a sociogram. You can devise a role about the study. You can have a biography of a person studied. You can prepare a report about the area of the study. You can conduct and investigate to produce the information. If you are able to draw a graph, you are able to complete a decision making matrix to help you decide which breakfast cereal to purchase. So, that helps you in comparison, problem solving, decision taking. All these activities can be used to test the students as far as the analyzing part is concerned. That means you are breaking up the whole information into the useful small parts and applying it, and it helps in the decision making and the problem solving. So, the learner's breaking of the learnt information into its parts, determining how the parts relates to interrelate to one another to an overall structure or the purpose throughout differentiating, organizing and attributing. So, now moving on to what is analyzing inclusive of. If the student is able to distinguish, to question, to appraise, to experiment, to inspect, examine, probe, separate, inquire, arrange, investigate, research, calculate and criticize. So, moving on to comparison, contrast, survey, detect, group, order, sequence, debate, analyze, diagram, relate, dissect, categorize and discriminate. So, we call it as the student has an analyzing power. So, basically you are breaking the information into very small sub parts, the component parts, and using it for the problem solving, for a comparative analysis, etc. Now, you can ask a student to do a survey, to collect the database, to make a report, to make a chart, to make an outline, to have a comparative spreadsheets, etc. So, now moving on to level 5, that is the evaluation. The learners makes decisions based on an in-depth reflection, criticism and assessment, that is checking, hypothesizing, critique, experimenting, judging, testing, detecting and monitoring. So, the question which comes to my mind as far as the level 5 of evaluation is concerned, can you just justify a decision or a course of action? Like if you have taken a particular action, can you justify? Can you just jot down certain points that why did you do it? What were the reasons behind it? So, if he is able to do that, because he is taking a judgmental decision. So, judge, rate, validate, predict, assess, score, revise, infer, determine, prioritize, tell why, compare, evaluate, defend, select, measure, choose, conclude, deduce, debate, justify, recommend, discriminate, appraise, probe, argue, decide, criticize, rank and reject. So, that means the evaluation power of the student is very, very strong. So, judging the value of ideas, materials, methods by development and applying the standards and criteria is what is called as evaluation. So, the products which can be used to test the student knowledge is give a topic for debate, give him a question, give him a report writing work, give him an investigation work, ask him to conclude certain things. So, ask him to give a persuasive speech. So, there are so many engagement activities and the products which are very useful for the students. You can ask them to write a letter to the editor, prepare and conduct a debate, or could be preparing a list to criteria to judge. So, all these aspects is definitely going to increase his evaluation power. He is going to move up to the higher order thinking levels, and you can have anything this adds to his knowledge, this adds to his skill, and evaluation is something very, very important which every student must learn. So, you have to make a booklet about 5 rules you see as important and convincing others. So, definitely again moving on to the role of the teachers and the students in this regard. The teacher's role here is to clarify, to accept, to guide, and the student role here is to judge, to dispute, to compare the questions, argue, assess, decide, select, justify, and active participation. What could be the particular questions relating to it? What fallacies, consistencies, inconsistencies appear here? Which is the most important? Do you agree to this statement? Do you agree with that statement? How would you evaluate that? So, the learner makes decisions based on in-depth reflection, criticism, assessment through the checking and criticizing. The last is your level 6, that is the creating. The learner creates new ideas, information using what has been previously learnt. That is, can you generate new product ideas and the ways of viewing things? So, that means he has now a base and now he moves on to the innovative level, that is the creating level. That is, if he is able to formulate, produce something new, develop, construct something, he is able to forecast, he is able to assemble, he is able to generate. So, his level of understanding is on the top, that is the creativity. So, putting together ideas or the elements to develop the original idea or engage in a creative thinking is called as the creating part. So, here also the role of the student is very active, very purposeful, he can plan, formulate, take decisions, whereas the teacher's role is limited to facilitation, extension, reflection, analysis and evaluation. So, you can use any of the product and activities to test the knowledge of the students, like you can ask to design a robot to do your homework, you can ask for a new monetary system, you can ask for a new software. So, here is everything synthesized together, and now he is moving on to a next level, that is a creator. So, he can put to whatever he has remembered, learned, analyzed, exercised, connected, related, etc. So, creation is doing on and moving on to a next level, designing something new, designing something very good. So, the next is your structural changes. The Bloom's original taxonomy was one dimension form, consisting of the factual, conceptual, procedural, but never understood for the teachers, because most of the educators were given a training consisting of a simple chart while listening to the levels and related accompanying verbs.